Okay, I am back. I am live. Let's see if anybody can in and see how this goes. So, thanks whoever done a thumbs up. There's somebody. There's Dawn. So, am I still buffering, Dawn? Hey, Kimmy. Hey, April. Am I buffering, guys? I don't know why it was buffering. I had full clear. Good. I had full thing. So, anyway, so we're talking about the clasp, and I'm just going to show y'all. I showed y'all this one. This is a form of a lobster clasp. Let's see, go here. It is a form of a lobster clasp. It has a little lever in it. It pulls down, and then you slide the thing out like that. This one is an older clasp. It's an older necklace. Then you have the spring ring, and the spring ring, pretty much they quit using the spring ring exclusively in 1993, but you can still buy spring rings in craft stores and use them yourself. Then, of course, you have the um, regular lobster claw, and I showed y'all a big old lobster claw. So you've got lobster claw, the spring ring, and then that one form of lobster claw. Then I showed we've got this beaded. And so you have a bead that pops through a little circle of beads. And I feel like this was probably something that somebody created, that this was an artisan piece, and they created that. Here is, you'll see this a lot on naturals jewelry, the ones that have these natural elements, and it is a hook, basically a hook and eye clasp. You got a hook and you clasp it into a circle. It's just a hook clasp. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff just laid out here. So anyway, so then you have this kind of a clasp, and actually that's the top of it, and it's just called a wide fold over clasp, and it's a fold over and it's wide, it's extra wide, sit on older pieces. Yeah, that ball and hoop style is a style used in antique jewelry. So this one here was interesting. I pulled it out. I bought this from, I believe, maybe April. I don't think so. I don't think that's her writing. Oh, okay. So this is another style of the hook clasp, but it is a different style of hook. But it is a hook, and it just slides up on there. So it's another one, and this is a older Bali style necklace, Bali looking style necklace with metal chips. So, and here is a box clasp. This is a box clasp with a like a jewel on top, and it basically you have a little lever thing here that goes into a box. Now there are several different styles of box clasp. There's one that is thin, and I spent right up to time looking for one that's real thin, that that has a fish hook. They call it a fish hook box clasp, and it hooks in and then slides into the box. This is a I've been kind of hanging on to this because it's so cool. I don't know if I want to sell it or not. It's actually, when I found it, the actual box clasp was missing the top, whatever the jewel was, and I found an earring that matched, and I glued it to it. So I kind of created the look there. So this is something that you will find in vintage jewelry, usually vintage plastic jewelry. And did I put in the other one? Oh, I may not have put it in. What did I do with it? Try it. Oh, I know where it is. I know right where it is. It's in this box right here. Okay, so this is a barrel clasp. And barrel clasps, you find them in vintage pieces. You'll find them in what I call beach jewelry, like Panama Jack, puka necklaces. Nearly always have a beach clasp, but I had one here just a minute ago. Here we go. So here is one that is a barrel clasp that is set, the barrel clasp is set into the bead, and you don't even know that there's a clasp, and it's set down into the bead. So, but it is a barrel clasp also, and that's just set down into the bead. This bucket here is a bucket of vintage things to go on Etsy. So I had a lot of luck finding things out of that. But yeah, the barrel clasp is, you find it a lot on vintage, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Yep, it's usually an oval filigree closure, but it's called a fish hook box clasp, but it is a box clasp, but it is called fish hook also clasp. So, oh, here is another box clasp that is really pretty, and it is, the reason that it's in this bag is it's actually a 14 karat gold box clasp, but it is kind of jeweled. Like, let's see there. Oh, come on, focus, focus. There we go. It's a flower. It has rhinestones. There you go. Has rhinestones on it. And these are not real pearls, but the clasp is marked, and clasp is marked 14K on the back of it. No, not there. It's not marked there. It's marked on this part of it. This part that slides out. Oh wait, let me show you. I was gonna say there was something else. Another reason I pulled this out. So this is a box clasp, and it's got these wires, but it also has a safety clasp on the side, and you don't see safety clasp on box clasp very well. And because it is marked 14 karat, I'm sure that's why it is. So, yep, 14 karat. I've not checked them for diamonds. I've not checked them. They actually are blue. They look like sapphires to me, like there's probably sapphires. So, anyway, but yeah. These are nothing. I mean, they're nothing. So my thoughts are I'm probably going to try to sell the clasp itself. But I don't want to sell it for meltdown. I want to sell it for somebody that might do something with it. So I'm probably going to sell just the clasp itself. So, yeah. But that 14 karat with the, yeah, somebody probably reused it on just on that. Anyway, but that, yeah, I found that. I think I found that in one of my Pennsylvania boxes. My friend that sends me. So we see these a lot in bracelets. They're just called a toggle clasp, and there's all sorts. You can have all sorts and all shapes. Your toggle can be all kinds of things. So anyway, but yeah. Uh, then this is another fold over clasp. This is a narrow one, and not a like that wide one a while ago. This one is just a narrow one. These are not real pearls. They're not even knotted between it, but just a narrow fold over clasp. And I really don't feel like these are vintage. I feel like they're probably, I mean, if they are vintage, they're like 90s vintage, not like any earlier. So anyway, so but yeah, those is a fold over clasp, another fold over clasp. So so I want to talk to you also about the hook and chain, the hook closures. So you have it with these little bitty skinny hooks, and I feel like the skinnier the hook, the older it is. I'm not positive, but it feels like, and the reason I say that is because this is a really short necklace, and they made a lot shorter necklaces. List the clasp. Okay, Peyton, I will. Made a lot shorter necklaces, and this is signed Weiss. So I know it's vintage, but it's a little narrow hook, and it just hooks up in amongst those Aurora Borealis um, things. And this was not in my things to sell. This was actually hanging up on my here with my other Aurora Borealis stuff. So then you have this kind of hook where it's set on a very ornate, usually set into a very ornate end, and it usually has printing. It'll have, a lot of times it'll have Japan, which is what is on this one, Japan, or it'll even have the company, and it hooks amongst the beads. It hooks in the beads. So, and these are a pretty color. And I keep, there we go. I love the pink and the green together. So, I don't know. There had to be some women in there that had football player necks. They just had to. So, Japan or Hong Kong. Or even West Germany. Ooh. Aw, drats. That's a really cool necklace, and it's got damage on the bottom of it. Maybe. Okay, maybe I can get it off. Yeah. I can get it off. It's not ate into it yet. Yeah. It'll need a little ketchup on it. So, anyway. If you get your things and it smells like Del Monte. So, this is a hook clasp, a wide one. And it hooks into the chains. And you find these with the divided, and you find them solid too. But I don't think it is fair to say that you can totally age something by class, because first of all, things get broke and clasps get replaced. A lot of clasps get replaced. Secondly, there are lots of companies who make clasps that look very vintage, that are very able to fool you. But you have to examine every part of the necklace. So let's just go back to this one. Okay. Vintage or not vintage? What is your guess? Vintage or not vintage? Yep. Vintage or not vintage? It is vintage. I will give you that. It is vintage. So my clues to it being vintage is the fact that it's stamped Japan. Most things that you're going to find that stat Japan are going to be vintage. Also, then the style of this right here will clue you in too. It just looks like, I can't describe what it looks like to me. It looks like cheap aluminum metal that's painted gold, but it looks old, and that's really. But the style of the beads too, also. And these are glass beads. So you have to examine every part of something before you declare, oh, this is vintage, because I can pick up. I'm looking at something to pick up here. I don't have anything right here that I can pick up. Here, let's pick up out of this. Now, all of this we already know is vintage because it's in my bucket. Except for, I'm just going to pull these out. So, these are in my bucket because I've got to study some more on them. but I do not feel like they are vintage. But I feel like they may be close enough to being vintage that I might could list them without a lot of questions being asked. Now, here's what I'm going to show you that'll clue you in. First of all, we're looking at a lobster claw. Second of all, we're looking at the chains. I don't recall seeing that kind of chaining in vintage beads. And then third, there are the beads themselves. They are very plastic. Some of them are beaded on wire. Some of them are not. Hey, everybody that just came in. Yeah, you like glass beads? So, so you have to look at every part of a necklace. You can't just look at one part and say, "Oh, well that kind of class, that is vintage." Or like these, I looked at these when I first saw these. I looked at these and I said, "Oh, that's vintage. That is definitely vintage." So, okay, guys, I'm not gonna be here very long, and I know that some of y'all just got here. I don't feel very well today. The heat is making my heart race real bad and kicking the AFib in, and so I just don't feel well. Now, here is a perfect example of something that is vintage. That it's vintage. The brand is vintage, but it has a lobster claw. So you just have to look at everything. Now, this lobster claw does to me look like it has been replaced. And you just have to know what you're looking at. Plus, they also place extender on it like that. So, but it is a vintage brand. I mean, you've got the mod look. So, yeah, the heat and the humidity just about have done me in this summer. So, anyway, so I've been here about 17 minutes on this time. I was here 10 minutes on the other one. So I hope that I showed you something that might have helped you. I'm going to give away this bag of jewelry, and I will ship it on my dime to you. Um, I think we're just going to pick a number. Let me just go. Let me write a number down. Yeah, the pendant could have been added to a newer chain. That's true. Yeah. Um, we're going to pick a number between 1 and 40. 1 and 40. Okay. Start and pick your number. Just pick one. Okay. And whoever gets closest will get this bag of jewelry. You've got earrings. You've got clip-on earrings. You've got fish hook earrings. You've got. This is real pretty. When I saw this piece right here, I thought of Barbie. I thought of Barbie when I saw this with the musical notes. I thought that's cute. So, okay. Hi, Green Fairy. Welcome. So it looks like we're probably just about at max. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people have picked that there's 10 here. So here's stop. Let's stop. Yeah, we're gonna I will feel better. Fall will be here and this stupid heat and humidity will go. She put up a stop sign. Here's my number. 23. And it looks like Bougie is the closest one with number 28. She's 5 over, and Barbie is 7 under. So looks like Bougie is the winner. So Bougie, Bougie. So I got a bag of your stuff. I'm gonna stick it right in here. Thanks, but April, I appreciate it. Y'all, thanks for coming. I'm sorry I don't feel well and I'm not chit chatty and all that. Uh, I think I'm going to go to bed and lay down. That's what they told me to do. So you will defer to your elders. Oh my gosh. But before I go, I want to show y'all some things. And I've pulled some things out of this, but I got the sweetest box of stuff yesterday for my birthday. And it came from one of my viewers, and I'm not going to name her just in case it would embarrass her, but she knows who she is. So yeah, she's 38. You're only 37, but she sent me the sweetest card. Said, "Happy birthday. Sending a birthday gift. Yours to keep, trade or sell. Your sister in Christ." And then she signed it. Very sweet. And she lined the lid. I thought that was really cool. She lined the lid. And there are some things that were in it that I wore that then I hung up in my bedroom that are keepers. And just because it's still in this box doesn't mean it's not a keeper. So this is a sugar fix necklace, and it's really sweet. Little turquoise chips and sugar fix. This one is signed Coro, and it is mesh and it slides, and I love it. And it is signed Coro. Did I say it was signed Coro? It is signed Coro, and it almost looks like a turtleback. Look here, but it's a pineapple, and it's mesh, and it's cool, and it has a fold over clasp. And then I thought this was sweet how she done these on this. They're little clip-on rhinestone earrings. They'll match my box of bling that I got from Barbie. And then more than likely this will be sold because it's too big for, my wrist is too big for it. It says Viva Coloris, and it is Kate Spade, New York. And then, oh my gosh, Cherry's going to die when she sees this. Cherry and Dude may want to fight over this one if I decide to sell it, but I might not. Okay, let's look at him straight on. Can you see him? He's a little puppy dog, okay? He's a little bitty puppy dog with cute little floppy ears. There he is. You see his little face and his little floppy ears. And he's got a jelly belly kind of thing. So, anyway, he is so cute. And he has a C clasp. So, he's adored. And then, this little AB rhinestone scatter pen. Pretty, pretty. He is cute, isn't he? And then there's this snowman. He's pretty too. And a sterling silver ring. That is real pretty. And then she sent me a nativity ornament because I've mentioned that I collect nativities, and she sent me a nativity ornament. There's one more necklace that is what was that? I saw Cindy Loven. There is one more necklace that is a mesh necklace that has tassels, that is a tie, and it's gunmetal gray. And I wore it yesterday. I don't know if y'all noticed it. I had it on in April's auction, and it's in my room already. So, and then the box, and then she had this separating some of the stuff so it wouldn't get scratched. So, isn't the snowman adorbs? Size on what? So I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that was so sweet. My friend sent me that, and she knows who she is. So, oh my goodness. So hey, Lynn. So, but if y'all weren't here when I started, I want to show y'all this. If you weren't here. This will be my next project that I'm going to be working on. I have, let me make sure that her name is covered up. I have, I don't care about my name because if you've bought from me, you know. 16 pounds, guys. 16 pounds of jewelry. Of jewelry. So, anyway, but I don't have the energy to deal with that today, not in this heat. So, what are you bidding? Hey, what are you wanting? 16 pounds. And what did I get? I don't know what I got. This come from Pennsylvania. My friend in Pennsylvania sent this to me. So 16 pounds, 16 tons. Yeah, I remember that 16 ton song. So anyway, but another day older and deeper in debt. Oh, now you're depressing me, Barbie. That's just depressing. So anyway, I really want to open it, but I just don't think I got it in me right now. So I may take it to my room and open it. So anyway, so yeah. So Tennessee Ernie Ford. So hey guys, we will see y'all at Barbie's tonight. I shall be there if I'm laying in the bed watching it or whatever. So we'll see y'all tonight. Thanks for coming. I appreciate y'all. Bye bye. I've lost my mouse. There it is.